Hi, today I'd like to show you a bit of our pharmaceutical facility design work we do with our clients that is rather practical. So what I have here is Hako Bio Design Suite platform along with Paul, where they've in collaboration built this design tool software. And what you can see here is we've got quite a nice facility design tool where you can put operators into a room, equipment into the room, size the rooms according to what you want. You can also amend the view as you like. So here, let's say I want to go for a more planar view. I can see the facility on a flat level. I might want to drop down the actual walls. So if I drop the walls and I rotate, you can get a good idea of what's in those rooms. The nice thing about that is outside of the 3D view, you can also do a nice two-dimensional view. And in this two-dimensional view, we can see the actual room sizes. So here I have a 10 by 10 meter room, so it's quite nice for design. And let's actually go through designing a room. Let me quickly drop us into a selection where I actually build a room. So I go to the building view. Let's call this room Production Room 2 for nice ease of use. And I also give that room an area of, let's say, 10 by 10 meters. So what we have here is a good room, and I take a sample over, and I'm just going to pop this room, for instance, right here. And let me just align the room the way I want it, so flush up against the facility. Good. Now if I switch from the three-dimensional view back to the two-dimensional view, what we'll have here is a nice room we can work in. So ultimately in this room I might want to add certain utilities. So I might decide I would like to add a door to this facility. So let's say I drop a door in to my room facility right over here. I have the room, I have a door, just secure it flush there. Then what I do is I might also decide additional utilities. Let's say I want a window that goes through that facility into the next one. Then I pop a window into that facility. Now this is quite nice. Now I want to switch to the actual equipment. So the equipment itself, you get quite an array of equipment you can choose from. So I might decide, let's say I'm adding an Allegro single-use TFF system here, or a CS 1200. I might add that to the room, and if I don't like the view, I can just reorientate myself in that room. So I switch between that, and yeah, I pivot, and I can actually see my room nicely from the top. And while I'm here, I might decide, okay, I want to add a lev mixer, so I add a 100-liter lev mixer to my room, or any additional equipment. Here's our lev mixer. It's in our room. We might decide, you know what, I'm not going to actually just scroll through here and look for different pieces of equipment. I prefer to search because I already know what I want to put in. So if I want to, let's say, put in a single-use bioreactor, let's say I put a 200-liter bioreactor in the room here. I pop it in there. I know with a bioreactor, I might also want to add some clarification equipment. So I'll add a Paul Stacks clarification rig, and I'll pop this right here next to the equipment. I might decide I want to zoom in a little more and get a closer look. So here I am zooming into the room. And I say, for instance, also say, well, you know, I've got some nice freestanding equipment. I would also like to add an actual bench to the room. So here's a resizable bench. I bring it into the room, and I might just say I want to pop it here. And on top of that bench, I might want to add a few items. So might want to add a Pultronic flow star for integrity test device. So I'll place this on the bench. Obviously, the user interface here is facing that way, so I just reorientate it this way so that it faces the front. So who would actually use that equipment? Well, a GMP operator. So yeah, I go, and let's say I want to add a seated operator because I'm working at a bench. I can put that seated operator right here in front of the bench, and I can turn them to face the equipment, move them around. That's quite nice. I might also want to add some additional operators to the room. So here we have a female GMP operator. I drop her in the room. She's facing this way. I'd like her facing our actual TFF system and lev mixer from Paul, and then I bring our male GMP operator to this side of the room, and I'm having him work on the actual bioreactor and any clarification. If I don't like how anything's orientated, I can just move anything around in that room. So I just decide on that, or I can orientate the table as I like. So these are the different options you have available to you in the software. The nice thing as well is you can move or delete operators if you require. If you're asking to add any loss equipment, I can do things like add an active chromatography skid to the actual room. So here we go. I've just inserted this one. I can reorientate it facing this way. Depends if you want a slight slant to it, you can do that as well. And any additional equipment you might want to have. So let's say I want to add a freeze dryer or any post-processing equipment. I can just look to add that to the room, and it will populate. So this is really nice equipment. It's really good for design work. It's good to know what's in my room, show any potential investors a facility in the design stages. The nice thing as well as the 2D and three-dimensional views is you can easily also do what is called a virtual tour. So here what I've done is I've just switched to the virtual tour view. The only thing is you want to give it a second to populate all the import designs from the library. So what you'll do is, if I decide, okay, great, it's now busy loading my facility, and you can build it as big as you want and put as much equipment into this facility as you'd like. But let's say I want to drop in, and you can also see nice things, the volumetric displacement, the square meterage we can switch to as well instead of volume, the footprint of the facility. I drop now into this facility, and here we are in production 2, the room we just built. And I can have a look around. Here's our female operator with the mixing system. Here's our male operator with the actual bioreactor. And here's our seated GMP operator working with the Poltronic flow star and potentially a chromatography system. And here we go. We can see through this window into the other room what we would actually see once we've built this facility. And I can actually take a little tour through. So I can go here into our upstream processing room, have a look. There's a Micro 2 safety cabinet with some culturing in that workflow. I can look around. I might decide I want to go from this room into the next facility. If I'm doing changeover rooms, I can do all of that. So this is really nice software and good functionality. So I hope you enjoyed this capacity or capabilities demonstration. Now, if you'd like additional help in these type of facility designs, I often find I do it for potential projects that are going to go ahead, to show the medical regulator what the facility will look like, to show potential investors what the facility will look like. It's nice because you can spatially put equipment in as it is, along with the operators. So feel free to reach out to us at Separations. We have obviously offices in Johannesburg and Cape Town and a remote satellite office in Port Elizabeth, and we'll be happy to help you in this regard to actually end up building a nice facility design for you.